Shut up, Mirana. Okay, hello guys. So this is the 5th video. In this very good. And what this video is going to be about is the pole camp and dewarding it. So I'm going to show you first in a bot game, kind of typical things to look out for, ways offlaners can try and block camps and how to deal with it. Just going to give myself the shit I need. These don't matter. So, firstly, just going to stock up on wards, buy a blink. Oh, wand, yep, sure, let's keep that. Shiny shot. Right. Right, should be enough wards for the first. So, we're focusing on these two camps bot. And here I come. So, typically, you're going to see these camps blocked by placing wards along the extremity of the spawn box. So, typical wards you see are, for observers, are here, sometimes here, and here.
Good idea.
And for sentry blocks, probably here. You can sometimes see observers here, but the tree blocks the vision. And another one is in here, this one's quite common. So, these could also be sentries, but sometimes you'll see these as observers more often because of the vision they give. But like, it's still legitimate to block these as a sentry, perfectly fine. So when it comes to dewarding these camps, what you want to do is you want to be placing your sentries as close to this spawn box as possible, while also covering as many locations as possible, or at least the most likely locations you think they might have placed them. So common ways you see these dewarded are either placing kind of east-west or kind of north-south wards. So you want to be covering as many spots as possible, typically the corners, so you may see a deward come out like here. Oh, quick tip. The spawn boxes are yellow until you move the ward inside it, and then this means the ward will block the camp if it's in red, and if it's outside, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. Very good. So, with your sentries, it's just a bit of trial and error really. You're going to want to try and experiment to find spots where you can cover as many spots as possible. This one doesn't cover this corner, I don't think, no. So, maybe not that one. But you could definitely place one around here somewhere. But the main point you can see is it's going to take 2 sentries to cover this entire camp. So if you're doing a triple lane, and this camp is very important to you, then you're going to want to bring probably 2 sentries. If not, then you won't have access to this camp. And if they block both camps, then you're kind of in trouble. Ways you see this camp blocked would be, again, on the extremities, so here. Sentry in here. Maybe observers or sentries here. Could have observers here because they give better vision. And these large camps are actually a bit nicer to deward. You can almost cover everything with 1 sentry. You're only missing 1 spot here. Where I just saw here, you're probably missing 2 spots with these. There's no way to get into all the corners, or at least 3 of the corners. So maybe this one's nice to deward this camp, but then you run into the problem of if they know maybe this is a common deward because it catches everything but this spot, so they ward this spot. But normally you're just aiming to get one of these camps open. You don't necessarily need them both. So we'll kill these wards and then we'll go look what's happening on Dire. So Dire's a similar story. You'll see sometimes observers, sometimes sentries. This is typically a sentry. This could be either. Vision it gives kind of mediocre, but you could see either ward there. And you'll see maybe an obs here doesn't give very good vision. This obs gives better vision, because it gives vision more towards this path. So, when you're dewarding this camp, again, you're going to be trying to... I think this camp's slightly better to deward because you can cover 3 corners with 1 sentry. So you could place your sentry like here. And my circle isn't showing, that's annoying. Why aren't you showing? You can cover 3 corners if you place your sentry there. So these dewards will be caught, but again this one won't. So to 100% deward this camp, again you're going to need 2 sentries. You could, if you think they might have placed it in this corner, you could place this sentry more to the right. And then you cover this corner as well as these 2. But when it comes to dewarding camps, it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of judgment, and a little bit of just prior knowledge of these sentry spots and where to put them. But like I said, you can just load into a game and you just have a look at the spawn box and where you're putting your sentry, and you go, oh, okay, put it here. And with the large camp, it's a similar story as to Radiant's large camp. You can almost cover all corners. So the common ward spots are maybe here. Maybe see one up in this towards this corner somewhere. Maybe an obs here, gives some vision. Doesn't give uphill vision, but gives vision. And there's also a spot back here, which probably wouldn't be obs because that gives terrible vision. So, dewarding this camp again. You can cover 3 corners with that sentry. And with... what other sentries can you do? Ooh, that's nice. Wait a minute, does that get everything? No, it doesn't get up here. Wait, why was it showing me a bigger radius? Maybe I'm stupid. Another place that sometimes people drop a ward is down here, but I don't see why you would drop that ward over this one. So, these are how you can deward these camps. And we'll hop into some pro replays now, and we'll just see how they do it. So, first game we're looking at is IG Vitality against Empire. Just going to go through the first 3 games of this series and see how they play. Well, I know how King R tends to play. He tends to play these solo lane supports, and you see he has this one sentry. And Dire have opted to block this camp. They've thrown the obs in this corner. So it does give some vision. Nope, they're Dire. So it gives some vision, and it also blocks the camp. And the way King R typically plays is he just guesses with this sentry before the 30-second mark. So he plonks it there, and he checks all the spots. You see, doesn't cover this corner, doesn't cover this ward, but it would cover these wards. And unfortunately he doesn't get it, so he's a little bit sad about that, but he still has his large camp open, so you'll see him stack that and pull that. King game hit. We'll watch King R again. He has that one sentry, he's playing alone top lane. And we see Radiant have opted only to block this camp, and they've used this sentry here. And King R is, again, he's probably going to guess, because that's how he always does it. Yeah, he guesses. Place a sentry here. There is no ward to block his camp, but if we look, he covers everything except this top corner here. So he runs around, he checks all the spots that his ward deblocks, and doesn't see anything. So, yeah, chap even pings us out. So he said, if there is a ward, it's up here. So, game 3 now. And, where are we? Here we are. Oh, Dire have to block the camps. So, Dire have blocked the camp with this sentry, pretty common. And they've used this opposite vision. Oh, this is the replay I used for the efficiency nerd. And you see here again, King R just guesses. They don't really know. It's, like I said, it's a mixture of guessing, it's a mixture of luck. You see he switched up his sentry position this time. Last time he did this one. Did he? Yeah. So this time he did this one, and he picks out the ward. So he's quite happy with himself. They haven't opted to block this camp, so he'll have both open to himself this time. The battle begins. Oh no. He comes in to block this camp. So this camp's blocked. Even though he saw that, he knows he only has one sentry. So, again, this camp's open to him. He'll run through, see the camps are blocked, and then just stack this at 50. So, this is how King R deals with it. And, hope we've learned something here, again. How King R plays with sentries. Oh, he cuts that tree, nice. And just in general, how to deward these camps. Actually, he doesn't get his stack. Oh no, what a shame. So, this has been the 5th video, and the 2nd pool camp guide. Go and... no, I don't want to do that. Just fuck off.